We've just learned how to make $1,000 per hour as CEO in your business. That was part 3. Now we can see where the money is. We just need to get good at collecting it. Your pay from here will depend on your speed and consistency in collecting these bundles of money. So let's learn how to earn faster. All right, the first thing we need to do is to adopt a new mindset. And this is the mindset of a professional problem solver. That is a person who solves problems for profit. You solve problems for money. And you're going to have a whole list of things that you can do. And you're going to have a price tag attached to each one. And as a professional, and as any professional, you're going to try to get the best return from your time and effort. And that's going to be the key to you earning a lot more. Now, the next principle we need to understand is that speed doesn't come from going faster. Speed comes from getting stuck less often and for shorter periods. So speed is about getting stuck less. And your ability to earn will drop every time you get stuck, because every time you get stuck, you're earning nothing, $0 per hour. So let's look at 4 things we can do to avoid getting stuck and to keep earning money. The first one is that we're going to look for partial solutions. You don't have to solve an entire problem to get paid. In fact, the first part of the project is often where we get the best bang for our buck. As an example, let's say we've got an efficiency project. We want to boost efficiency by 20. That's quite a large project. Let's say it involves a lot of training and systems. And let's say it's a 40-hour project over the next 10 weeks. But the first 10% of that project might give us a really good return in its own right. So if we design let's say a 4-hour project where our job was to collect the data on efficiency, let's say tally our billable hours, pull that into a report, bring it to the team, discuss it with the team, discuss where we're at and where we want to get to, and some ways of doing that. That might be just a 4-hour project that might on its own bring 10% boost in efficiency. So as a problem solver for hire, we're going to be looking for those small effort, high return opportunities so that we can come in, complete a 4-hour project, get the returns from that, and then move on to another small lucrative project. Number 2 is to look at all of the factors contributing to the problem. For any problem you're dealing with, there's never just one cause of the problem. And when set is when we get stuck on the problem. This technique allows you to see that there are many different ways to solve the problem, and it gives you many more partial solutions that you can execute to get paid. Let's say you're desperately trying to hire someone at the moment, but no matter what you do, you can't seem to find. Looking at the contributing factors is taking a step back and asking, what are all of the things that contribute to this problem? So if we step back and we look at it, it's really that we've hit our capacity, right? We've got a capacity problem, and hiring would relieve that restraint on us. But we might also look at our efficiency and see that it's sitting around 60% instead of where it should be at 80%, and realize that, hey, there's a 33% capacity that we have up our sleeve with the people we've got that we're not using. And that may be 2 new people's worth of work. So it actually becomes a much more profitable way to increase capacity than hiring in the first place. We might also see, oh, we've lost 3 people over the last year that we didn't expect to lose. So we may have a retention. If we hadn't have lost those people, we wouldn't have a hiring problem at all right now. Ways to attack more partial solutions we can execute. Number 3 is who, not how. One of the big reasons we get stuck is because we don't have the solution. And when we don't have the solution, or the solution might be quite complex, it can take us a really long time to complete that project and collect that bundle of money. What usually happens is not only does it take a long time, but it goes onto the shelf. That project just gets shelved because
I don't
Who
have
Not
the
How
answer to
is a
that right now.
reminder that you don't have to solve all of the problems. You don't get paid for being the person who solves the problem. You get paid for getting it solved. So remember, we're
For whatever
removing
reason
sticking
necessary.
points because when we're stuck, we stop getting paid. And when that sticking point becomes your skill set or it becomes your lack of time, then who, not how, becomes the answer. Now, our fourth tool is time. When we don't know the answer, which is going to happen a lot, the answer is time, not time waiting for something to happen. So the first step to solve a marketing problem is to place your time or time of someone in your team against that problem on a consistent basis to make solving
The
that
answer
problem
to a recruitment
inevitable. Problem is to start putting more time into recruitment. And often that's the source of the problem anyway. Why don't we have the marketing results we want? It's because we generally haven't put the time into it that would warrant. Why do we have trouble retaining staff? Well, in most cases, it's because we don't have a function in the business that deals with retaining staff. We don't put aside an hour a week to look at staff happiness or staff retention. So time is the answer.
Okay, to
when
recap,
you don't know the answer. As a professional problem solver, we get paid to solve problems. So our rate of pay depends on the speed that we can solve problems. We increase our speed of solving problems by choosing smaller problems, by finding alternative problems to solve when we get stuck, by removing ourselves as the bottleneck, and by using the ultimate solution, which is time, allocating time against the problem when you're not sure what the answer is. And combined, these tools make us better at solving problems and increase our rate of earning. Next, we're going to look at execution. Everybody knows that execution is the most important thing in business, but not so many people know the mechanics of execution. So that's what we'll look at next, to learn how to become that person that people point to when they say, that person gets shit done. They're a real executor. See you in the next video.